Hello, good morning. In today's video, I thought I could just do my makeup with you and just have a chatty get ready with me. So it's morning in the UK where I am filming. I'm really curious to know what time it is where you are and when you're watching this. If you want to leave in the comments section. I actually never thought I'd do this, especially because I have two spots. So my skin is so dry. It's incredibly cold in the UK. It's actually snowing outside and it's March, it's 8th of March today, so it's just crazy to think that it's still so cold and it kind of feels like we're going a bit backwards, but my skin was so dry to the point that it was actually peeling off. And I had a mask from Garnier, those really cheap masks. I'll leave a picture on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. And I never thought I'd use it because I'm very particular when it comes to skincare. I am a bit of a skincare makeup snob. I kind of want to use products. Well, with my skincare, I am very sensitive and prone to acne, so I need to be really careful about the products that I use on my skin. So I never thought I'd use that mask. It was just chucked in one of the drawers. So I was like, do you know what, my skin is so dry and it needs a bit of hydration, and if I have it in my drawers I might as well use it now because otherwise it's probably going to end up going in the bin. So I used it, and I don't know if you can see, but I actually have got two spots. And growing up, maybe I should start doing my makeup actually. Yeah, okay, I'll start doing my makeup. So growing up, I was incredibly insecure about my skin. Insecure to a whole nother level. I don't think most people are insecure to the point I was, where I wouldn't look in the mirror, I would cover mirrors up. I've done some crazy stuff because of my skin and because of the fact that I was really insecure. It was my biggest insecurity. And sorry about the noise. And I never had like really bad acne at any point. But I always had spots here and there, and that always got me down, especially because my skin is so fair. Whenever I have a spot, it's so red that it really stands out. So yeah, I was really insecure about my skin, so I never thought I'd see the day where I would actually come on here with some spots and do my makeup. But obviously I feel like if you're a young person looking at this video and you're struggling with your skin, then I want to tell you that it actually does get better. I can't make a promise out of that, but I realized that I'm now 27, and I realized the older I get, if I'm looking there, that's because that's where my mirror is, the older I get, the better my skin gets. And for the past, I'd say, year and a half, I actually had periods where I don't get any spots at all. Obviously, I do get the occasional pimple here and there, but it's nowhere to a point where it bothers me anymore. And also, I've done a lot of confidence work, and I know when you have acne, people are like, oh, you know, spots don't define you, or having acne doesn't define you. But I feel like you only know how conscious skin can make you when you have problems with your skin, and for me it was like a huge pain point, especially growing up. So yeah, if you're struggling with your skin, I obviously want to reiterate the fact that skin doesn't define you. Beauty comes from the inside, and skin is often so temporary. So if you're struggling with your skin now, it probably won't last forever, and you will grow up and have much more beautiful skin and you won't have to struggle with it. So just keep your faith that it will get better. So I'm just applying, the first thing that I did was apply foundation, and I'm actually using this Bourjois Healthy Mix foundation. Well, if you used to watch my YouTube videos like maybe 7 years ago when I was doing YouTube, you know I absolutely love this foundation. It's from Bourjois, it's the Healthy Mix Serum. They stopped making this foundation, this one that I have now, so now it's just running out. And the reason why I'm not using the Shiseido Syncro Skin Radiant Lifting Foundation is because, like I said, my skin is so dry at the moment, and this one looks a bit too drying on my skin if my skin isn't hydrated properly. So I just don't want to risk it, and plus I'm trying to finish this one up. I actually listened to one of Andrea Lee's videos recently, and she was saying that as a regular consumer, when you see other people buy so many makeup products, you feel like you need to have so many as well, and you need to have a big collection. But as a regular consumer, you probably only need 1 or 2 foundations. You don't need a ridiculous amount of products. And I feel like I can so relate to that, because I was so obsessed with beauty and makeup and skincare and hair care and all things like that when I was growing up. And I feel like she's absolutely right. Like, when I was younger, I wanted to buy every new product release, because I just thought, oh, maybe this is going to be the perfect concealer, or maybe this is going to be the perfect foundation, or especially base products. I was obsessed with foundations. Whenever a new foundation came out, I just wanted to be the first, not the first to try it, but I just wanted to get my hands on it because I just feel like maybe this will give me that flawless skin that I've always desired. So now I'm just going in with my under eye corrector, and this one is the one from Revolution. This is what it looks like. I used to use the Becca one, but that one got discontinued because Becca is no longer around. They closed down because of the pandemic. So yeah, I bought this one because it looked really similar, and I've used it for a while. It's good, but I'm not sure if it's really good, so I'm probably gonna look into buying another one. But I feel like for the price you really can't go wrong. It's only like £5 or £6, which is absolutely amazing. Also, don't judge my makeup because I'm not a makeup artist, so if you see that I'm doing something wrong, then don't judge. We don't judge on this channel. I don't know if I would recommend this one. I've been using it for a while, and if you're looking for something super affordable, then I would recommend it. But if your budget allows for something a bit more high-end, then I'll probably say look into others. I actually started doing a bit of research myself into it, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited because I don't know if this happens to you as well, but when my makeup runs out, when one item of makeup runs out, everything else tends to run out at the same time. So if my concealer ends, then my mascara is also finishing and my bronzer is also finishing. So I ended up placing an order. I did a bit of research. I always do research when it comes to makeup because my products, I don't know why, but I'm the kind of person where my beauty products last me a really long time. I'm talking a concealer would last me at least a year, sometimes even 2 years. So when I buy one, especially because I tend to buy high-end makeup, I want to make sure that the next product that I get is I'm going to absolutely love it, and I don't need to buy another one, and I'm going to be left with it for quite a long period of time. So that's why I make sure I do a lot of research. And so basically I absolutely love Tarte Shape Tape. I've gone through about maybe 7 bottles of this. It's the only concealer that I've been using for the past 7 years, and it's an amazing concealer. The only problem is with this one, there's a lot of excess product that comes out around the lid, so I'm not the biggest fan of that. And also it can be a tiny bit drying, especially now as my skin is really dry. So I did quite a lot of research, and I was actually looking again the Too Faced one, but I ended up not getting that one, and I ended up going with this one from Anastasia. This one is the Magic Touch Concealer. I got it in shade free. I always get the wrong shade of makeup when I buy online, so I'm really curious to see what this one will look like. But I did compare the color of the bottle against my existing one, so I compared it against this one, which this one is a bit too light for me, to be honest. And I have 2 other ones from ELF. By the way, I didn't... Can you tell I'm excited filming this because I'm like... But yeah, so I also bought this one from ELF, which is... Am I showing you the wrong way? And I also bought this one from ELF, which is meant to be really good, but I'm not really a big fan of these. I don't like them. And obviously I told you I got the wrong shade for myself. So the first one that I got was this one in Fair Worm, and it's way too light for me, so I ended up getting another one. Why did I get another one if I didn't like it? Maybe I didn't realize that I wasn't liking it at that point. It's fine, it's alright, it's not the best. And it's super affordable, and this one was in the shade Light Sand. And I think Light Sand is a better shade. Anyway, but that's besides the point. So I was looking at buying the Too Faced one because one of my friends recommended it. I chose not to because I heard that this one is so much better, the one from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Oh, I'm so nervous. I really hope I like this. Apparently you only need to use a tiny bit of this, and I don't want to use too much, so I'm just scraping it on the... It's got a really interesting applicator, so I'm gonna start with a tiny bit. And I've got really dark circles, so I need a concealer that's going to be really high coverage. And basically when I was doing my research, apparently this one, it's as good as the Tarte Shape Tape in terms of coverage, but the benefit is that it's not as drying. So okay, so far it looks really good in terms of the shade match, and I'm really pleased about that. And also the coverage looks really decent. So yeah, it looks really promising so far. Obviously it's my first time applying it, so I can't really give you an opinion because I'll need to use it for quite a bit just to see if I like it. But so far so good, actually. I'm really impressed with it. And did I mention I got in shade free? And like I was saying, I'm terrible at matching myself to the right shade online of makeup, so it looks like I've done a pretty decent job with this one. Do you know what? I looked a bit closer in the mirror and it actually looks really good. Now I need to set it. To set my under eye concealer, I'm going to be using this powder from Charlotte Tilbury's The Magic Away. Is it called Magic Away? Oh no, it's called the Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. And I have this one in shade 1. And if you're wondering why the design is so cute on it, it's because this was one of their limited editions for the Chinese New Year. Yeah, for the Chinese New Year. So I really like the packaging of this, and I wanted to go with this one instead of the regular one because I've gone for so many, because I've also gone for so many of these, so I just thought it'd be nice to have a different design one. Oh my gosh, I love these chatty videos. I could talk for days. This is exciting. It would be weird if this video never makes it on the internet, because sometimes I'll film videos and then I don't post them. So I just wanted to tell you that when you buy from Space NK, which is where I bought the concealer from and the other product that I haven't shown you yet, you get this really cute makeup pouch, and I think it's so adorable. And this would be really handy to store stuff in it, so I'm thinking probably jewelry. Okay, and now moving on, I'm going to move on to my bronzer or contour. So I have been using the Huda Beauty Tantour for over 2 years. It's an amazing product. It's so creamy, so blendable in the shade Fair. I absolutely love it, and I actually ended up getting a brand new one of it because, like I said, because they last me so long, whenever I buy a new product I want to make sure that I get something that I really like. So I did a bit of research when it came to contouring, and my research led me to the Huda Beauty one, the Tantour. The Rare Beauty one, which is what I ended up going with also, this one is in the shade Power Boost, and another one from Westman Atelier, one of their contour sticks. And to be honest, the reason why I didn't really want to repurchase the Huda Beauty Tantour is because that one you have to dip your either a brush or your fingers in it, and for me that's not the most hygienic, so I wanted this time around to do a stick. So the Westman Atelier was a tiny bit out of budget. I think that one retails for £44, and unfortunately I'm not willing to spend that much on a contour at the moment. Although I'm a makeup snob and I will at some point. And the Rare Beauty one, which was out of stock for a really long time, and then this one came back in stock on Space NK and I got my hands on it. This one is in the shade Power Boost. Yeah, I'm really curious to see what this one is like. This one was recommended by Andrea Lee, and I absolutely love and trust her recommendations, so I'm really curious to see what this one's going to be like. Okay, so in terms of creaminess, it's very creamy. Really nice when I applied it on my skin. In terms of it blending out, I feel like it's blending out really nicely. I don't know if you can tell. The only thing is the shade is a tiny bit warm. I know it's a bronzer, so maybe I kind of wanted a bit more of a contour stick rather than a bronzer. It's looking good. It's looking really good, and it's blending out really easily and nicely. And actually I saw this morning that they came out with another shade for fair skin that's more cool, on the cool side, so I think that would be really good for contouring, and this one is really good for bronzing. But in terms of it blending out, it's really nice. Again, I wouldn't be able to recommend it or not because this is the first time I'm putting it on, so I need to see how it wears as well. But I forgot to mention that before I applied my makeup, what I had on my skin was this SPF from Can Make. It's an SPF 50. It's the Mermaid Skin Gel UV. And I actually cut this one up because I got to the bottom of it. And I wanted to mention that if you guys don't cut up your products, you definitely should, especially when it comes to plastic packaging, because you can get so much more use out of the product. I don't know if you do that already, but to me, I've always done that because there's so much product that hides at the base of the packaging, and then you do get a couple of extra uses. Okay, so next I'm going to do a bit of powder contouring. I actually wasn't into this for the longest time, and then I started a couple of days ago. Where's my powder contour? Next I'm going to powder contour with this Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder in medium. I've had this for a really long time. It's probably expired. This is what it looks like. As you can see, I've already hit pan on it, and I actually had probably a year of not using this, and the past few days I've gone back to it. Don't ask why. Actually, I think that Power Boost stick from Rare Beauty looks really good. So I'm just gonna contour a tiny bit with this powder from Kevyn Aucoin, just to add a bit more coolness. Actually, if you're wondering about my hair, I'm using the heatless curlers, and I can't believe I came on camera looking like this. The best thing about growing up is you start caring less about what people think of you, and you become more of your own person. Especially growing up, I was so shy, and I feel like I'm still shy, but I'm so much more confident in myself, and I just don't care about what people think anymore. I used to so much in the past, and now People are gonna love you and people are gonna hate you. Can't please everyone. Next, I'm going to go in with my bronzer, and this one is from Marc Jacobs in the shade Tantastic 104. They don't make this anymore. I've had this for about 3 years now, so this is probably expired too. But I honestly don't see the point of buying a brand new product if this one is not finished yet, and I've had no issues with it. Like, I know that it doesn't harm my skin because my skin is fine and I've been using it for, like I said, the longest time. I don't know if you can see, but it's actually hit pan, so I still have, I don't know, it just lasts. I told you, makeup just lasts me forever. How is it possible for a bronzer to last me so long? But to be honest, I do need to think about the fact that during the pandemic I didn't really apply any makeup. I applied minimal makeup most times, especially because I never went on camera. That was bliss, not having to put makeup on. I love makeup, but sometimes it's nice not to have to put it on. So bronzer done now. I wonder if I look like an Oompa Loompa on screen and everyone's gonna be like, what is she doing? And now I'm going to move on to my blusher, and for blusher I'm going to be using this one from NARS in shade Orgasm, and this is what it looks like. Again, I've hit pan on this one, and I've had this one as well for probably 2 years. I'm not complaining about the fact that makeup lasts me so long, not at all, but sometimes it gets boring. It's like, I want to try something else. But like I was telling you guys, if you're a regular consumer, you don't need 5 blushes unless makeup is something that you absolutely adore, which fair enough. But you don't need 5 blushes, you don't need 5 concealers, you don't need 5 foundations. You just need 1 or 2 at most. So yeah, it just doesn't make sense to keep buying loads. So that's my blusher done. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, I also have this one from Charlotte Tilbury, the contour wand. So this was out of stock for about a year, and then I got my hands on it. But I'm not a big fan of this. First of all, you get so little product inside the bottle. It's just not worth the money. And then the second one, which is, I wouldn't really mind the fact that I get a little product, it's fine, I can get over that. But I just don't think it blends that nicely. And it's been so hyped in the beauty industry, but I personally don't see the hype. So yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of that. So for my eyebrows, I'm going to be using this Anastasia brow powder in medium brown. This is what it looks like, and I always use the lighter shade, and then sometimes I'll mix it with the darker side as well, but just very little if I have any kind of sparse areas. I'm finding it so hard to focus on my makeup and talk at the same time. Oh my gosh, I saw the funniest thing the other day, and it was basically saying, actually let me play it for you. Honestly, I'm so awkward when it comes to speaking on the phone that I'll just look at my phone ring and just let it ring. Because I always say if it's important, they're going to leave a voicemail. So I'll just play the video, I'll play the audio so you can hear what she says.
There are 3 types of girls in the world. There are floor makeup girls, bathroom makeup girls, and then vanity/desk makeup girls. Let me explain. So we have the floor makeup girls. I'm a floor makeup girl. These are the people that sit on the floor while they're doing their makeup. It's always in front of a window, or usually in front of a window, with a long mirror or a small mirror that is sitting on like a stool or a ledge. Floor makeup girls will not do their makeup on a table. They may do their makeup in the bathroom if they have to. Bathroom makeup girls are the types of girls that only do their makeup in the bathroom. They do their makeup in the bathroom even if the lighting is literally orange. They will still do it in the bathroom, but they'll take it out to the sunlight to check it. So they'll check if their makeup looks good and then walk back to the bathroom. These girls are either standing in the bathroom or they're sitting on the countertop. These girls are not floor girls, but they could be desk and vanity girls if they had to be. Desk and vanity girls, they're the same. The difference between a desk girl is she has a small mirror, and a vanity girl, she's a big mirror. These women will not be seen sitting on the floor. If they have to, they will sit on any flat surface to do their makeup, and that's what I've decided.
It's so funny. So they're floor makeup girls, they're bathroom makeup girls, and they're the vanity or the desk ones. And it's just hilarious because I'm 100% a bathroom makeup girl. Obviously, I'm doing the whole vanity desk thing now, but that's because I'm filming. But I'm definitely a bathroom makeup girl because I always do my makeup in the bathroom, and I would not be doing it on the floor. To me, it just feels so wrong. No offense to anyone who does it on the floor. I appreciate every single one of you, regardless of how you do your makeup. But yeah, and I know some of my friends are makeup, some of my friends are vanity girls. So yeah, it's just so interesting how I think she's so accurate. I saw that yesterday and I just thought it was so funny. Okay, so I think I'm almost done with my eyebrows. I used to always get my eyebrows threaded, but I don't do them anymore. I don't know why, and they still look fine. Obviously I plucked the excess hairs. They're like somewhere there, to just keep them nice and tidy, but maybe get them threaded like once or twice a year, which is crazy because before I used to get them when I was younger. I used to get them done every single month. Okay, so that's now done. What's next? I don't set my eyebrows anymore actually. Okay, so in terms of mascara, I've been using this one from Laura Mercier, the Caviar Volume. So this mascara I've been loving is Laura Mercier Caviar Volume. It's absolutely amazing. My friend gave me this and I think it's so good. I also discovered one recently, so when I don't want to use that one, because to be honest I've had an issue with all my mascaras in the past few years, and I think it might be because of this. Because this is a tiny bit too greasy, which is the under eye corrector from Revolution. My mascara keeps running down, and I know I could end up using waterproof, but I think using waterproof mascara would basically mean that I have to put more friction on my eyelashes when I take the makeup off, because they're meant to last a bit longer. So yeah, I don't really want to use waterproof mascara, but this is the other one that I've been using that I've been super impressed with. Is the Colossal Go Extreme from Maybelline, and I feel like for the price this is a really good mascara. I love all the mascaras from Lancome. They're so good. Those are some of my favorite mascaras, and also the ones from and one of those classic ones from Max Factor. I forgot the name of it because I haven't used it in quite a bit, but I've gone through so many tubes of it. And then the Telescopic one, which I also have here, I use it for just lengthening. It's also really good. I know that L'Oreal came up with a new Telescopic mascara, which I'm interested to try. Maybe I'll try that one next, because this one is kind of on its last legs. I've had it for a while and I probably need to buy a new one. I need to focus when I do this. I can't really speak, sorry. Does anyone else open their mouth when they do their mascara? Also, if you have any recommendations of foundations that are kind of, maybe if you've tried the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum and you have recommendations of other foundations that are quite similar, do let me know, because I'll be really keen to try some. I look for in a foundation, obviously the Bourjois one doesn't apply because it's got perfume, but I look for no alcohol and no fragrance. Those are two of the criteria when I look at buying. That's the main criteria that I look for when I buy foundations. Obviously they need to match my skin type as well, that's another thing, but for me it's critical that they don't have alcohol and fragrance, just because, like I said, my skin is super sensitive. So if I use any of those products, the chances of it breaking on my skin are so much higher than if I don't. And of course I like to minimize the chances of breakouts. For mascara, I ended up doing a mix of the Maybelline one and the Laura Mercier one, but I feel like because I'm filming, I'm not doing my makeup the same way I would if I was just by myself, so I feel like my mascara didn't come out right, but I feel like this will do. And this is the Telescopic one that I mentioned as well. I don't know, can you see my eyelashes? And now moving on, because I feel like it's taken me quite a while to do my makeup. I'm going to do lipstick. And for lipstick, I'm just going to do my all-time favorite combo, which is Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Lip Liner and Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Lipstick, which is honestly, you really can't go wrong. My lip filler is so bad, especially my top lip. It's just so bad. I'm not even gonna get in close so you can see how bad it is, and I definitely need to do something about it, but because I got butchered to this extent, I'm paranoid to let anyone else touch my lips, so I don't know what I'm gonna do about it, to be honest. I went to this guy that's meant to be like incredibly good for lips. Let me just finish my lips first. Yeah, I went to a I don't even know what his title is. I don't think he's a plastic surgeon, or maybe he is. So I went to him and I waited a year to get on his waiting list. I'm not gonna name any names, and then he basically said that I'm not a good candidate for lip filler because there's too much space between my nose, like my upper lip space is just too much. So basically what I would need to have done is a lip lift, which is where they cut your upper lip and then they lift it up, and no way in hell am I ever going to do that. So I don't know if he's really good at what he does, and he said that, so that kind of made me feel like there's no hope for me when it comes to lip filler. Obviously I had it done maybe like 2 years ago, so the last time I had it done was probably about 2 years ago, so I was hoping that it would start fading away and going, which I don't want it to because I love when I have lip filler in. But yeah, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about that, to be honest. But if you're watching this and you are thinking of getting your lips done and you've never done that before, then I would say be very, 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 and I emphasize very, careful about who you go to. Let's take these babies out. Because I went to, well, I didn't go to a doctor, it was an aesthetic nurse or something, but they are super popular on social media, and yeah, I thought I was going to a good place, but turns out I didn't. And to be fair, I had really, really, really thin lips, so I know those are more complicated cases, and I think I went too much in too short of a space, and I think I went too much in a very short period of time, so I should have gone really small in like longer increments of time, so like 0.5 once a year or something, and then build it up, but I didn't do that. So now you guys can see what it'll look like when I take these out. To be fair, I think I'm doing them a bit too tight. I think I need to start learning how to do a bit more loose. So you just pull them up. Okay, and this is what it looks like when I first take it out. Not as good as it looks on other girls online from what I've seen. So now it's just a matter of kind of taking it out. A lot of people comb their hair, but I don't like to comb my hair just because I feel like I'm getting a cold. My voice is going very nasally. I don't like to comb them out with what I'm doing it now because they tend to drop anyway. It will absolutely settle in a bit. I need to do a hair flip or something. Oh, and by the way, I'm not sure if it's obvious, but I did have my hair done. I had it recolored, I guess. I get the balayage and the baby lights with a bit of like face framing. If you see these two very light strands of hair at the front, that's what it is. It looks a bit odd at the beginning, but I will get used to it. Okay, so this is today's look. I need to tidy up these parts here because I always get mascara on my eyelids, so I'll have to do that. But yeah, thank you so much for clicking play on this video and for doing my makeup with me. I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel for more videos. I guess mostly fashion, but sometimes videos like this, sometimes about mindset, sometimes about lifestyle. I have a holiday to Japan coming up, so stay tuned because I will vlog the entire experience. It's honestly once in a lifetime experience. We're going for 3 weeks and I'm just so incredibly excited. I can't wait. Yeah, I'm more excited than I can put into words. So yeah, stay tuned and do subscribe if you want to see those videos coming up on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in one of my future videos. Until next time, take care and bye for now.